Good afternoon, all. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we are going to see last 2 points from unit number 8, and out of this one, that is Polish notations, we have already seen. That will be just a revision part for you. So first point is completely parenthesized infix notation and Polish notations. So already we have seen what is Polish notations. So again, that Polish notation, it is a prefix notation. So again, there are three types of notations: prefix, postfix, and infix. So we have seen its forms, but still we are going to revise it again. Here, just they have given one equation, that is P or Q and R or S and T. So if this is the given expression, then how we can solve it? So we know that we have to solve that expression from left to right. Okay. So again, we need to assign priority, which operator we have to solve first. So again, while taking this from left to right, this is Q and R. So this we have to solve first, because here priority of AND is greater than OR. That's why we have to solve this one. Then we will solve S and T. Second time we will solve this, and at third step we will solve P or Q and R. And then finally we will solve this OR operation. So likewise we can solve any given expression. So again, we have seen what is Polish notations. So there are three different types in which we can express the given expression, and those three types are infix, prefix, and postfix. So we have already seen this. Infix is, for this infix notation, operator comes between operands. So its format is just like P and Q. So why this one is called as infix? Because this operator comes in between operands. So here in this example, P and Q, these are the operands, and this is an operator. So its syntax is operand, operator, operand. So this is the infix notation. Second type is prefix. So for this prefix notation, the notation in which operator comes before operands, that is called as prefix. So its syntax is operator as P and Q, then its prefix form is and PQ. That is given here, and PQ. So here and this is an operator, and P and Q, these are operands. Now, third form is suffix or postfix notation. The notation in which operator comes after operands, that is called as postfix form. So again, its syntax is operand, operand, operator, or we can say operand 1, operand 2, and then operator. So again, we can express this P and Q in the postfix form as P, Q, and. So again here, P, Q, these are the operands, and is operator. So have you understood these notations, Polish notation? समजले का? ऑलरेडी आपण बघितले ते युनिट नंबर 7 मध्ये. Okay. So here they have given some examples, and from that we have to find what is infix, prefix, and suffix notation. So first we will see this column for infix. Then we will convert that given infix into suffix and prefix form. Okay. So consider first example. Here only one operand is given, and that is A. So again, if you want to convert this into prefix or suffix form, its prefix and suffix form will be same as A and A only, because there is only one operand, no operator. So its prefix, suffix and infix all are same, and that is A only. Now consider next example, and that is A or B. Okay. So this is infix form. Why? Because operator is in between operands. That's why this is infix form. Now we have to convert this one into suffix and prefix form. So while converting this one into suffix form, we have to take this operator after operands. So A, B, or. This is its suffix form. And for prefix, we have to take this or operator before operands. So its prefix is or AB. Have you understood this second one? A or B?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now consider third one, A or B or C. Okay. So again, here three operands are present. So we have to solve this expression from left to right. So now check here. If you consider A or B, so convert first these two operands into postfix form. So its postfix form is A, B, or. Okay. And then what is there? Or C. So again we have to convert this or C into suffix form as C or. So its suffix form is A, B, or C or. हे समजलं का कसं आलंय? काय करायचंय बघा. So again, we have to solve this one from left to right. Okay. So while going from left to right, A or B, this part first come. That's why we have to convert this A or B into suffix form. So what is conversion of A or B into suffix form? A, B, or. Okay. So that part we have written here, A, B, or. Now what is remaining? Or C is remaining, and in suffix form, operator comes after operands. That's why C is operand. So we have to write that C here, and then we have to take operator. So its suffix form is A, B, or C, or. Okay. So likewise, we have to convert this one into prefix form. The prefix कसा येणार आहे? Again, we have to solve this expression from left to right. So A or B, first we will solve this one. So what is the prefix form for A or B?
Or
or
AB.
AB.
Yes, or A, B. And then or C is there. So again this operator we have to take before operands, because this is prefix form. So that or we have written here, or, and that C is here. So its prefix form is or A, B, C. Now look at the next one, A or B or C. But here that B or C is given in brackets. Bracket means what? We have to give highest priority to solve that bracket. So first of all, we have to solve this bracket. Now check here. What will be the suffix for this B or C?
BC or.
Yes, BC or. So that BC or we have written here. Now what is remaining? A or. So again this or we have to take after all the operands. So A is here and that or is written here. So its suffix form is ABC or or. So what is the prefix? So again for this prefix form we have to solve that bracket first. So solve that bracket. So
Or BC.
or BC, and again this or will be before operand. So or A or B, C. This is its prefix form. So I think you have understood how to convert infix into prefix and postfix. समझ लेते हैं example.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Remaining are all those like same. Now we will focus on new point, that is last point from this chapter, and that is theory of inference for statement calculus. And that one point is given, that is validity using truth table. So here they have given how to check whether given conclusion is valid for given premises or not. So let A and B be two statement formulas. We say that B logically follows from A, or B is valid conclusion of premise A if and only if A conditional B is tautology. That is, we can say that A logically implies B. Okay. So here, suppose if there are two different formulas are given, that is A and B, and we have to check whether B is valid conclusion for A or not. So how we can check it? If A conditional B is tautology, then we can say that B is valid conclusion for given premise A. So here they have given from a set of premises H1, H2, Hm, a conclusion C follows logically if and only if H1 and H2 and dot dot up to Hm implies C. Okay. Now here first of all we have seen if there are only two formulas A and B, then how we can check whether B is valid conclusion for A or not? If A conditional B is tautology, then we can say that B is valid conclusion for A. Now suppose there are multiple formulas are available like H1, H2, H3, H4, and one conclusion C is available. Then how we can check whether C is valid conclusion for all these premises? So for that they have given one formula. We have to take conjunction between all these premises like H1 and H2 and H3 and so on up to Hm, and if that is logically implies C, then we can say that C is valid conclusion for all these given premises. So this is definition. We will solve one example based on that, and then only you will get how to check it whether it is valid conclusion or not. So here one question is given. Determine whether conclusion C follows logically from premises H1 and H2. So again, what is that formula? How to check it? H1 and H2 and up to Hm logically follows C. Means what? We have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So check here. H1 is given as P conditional Q, H2 is given as P, and conclusion C is Q. So first we have to form truth table for this. So variables are P and Q. Those are written over here. H1 is given as P conditional Q. H2 is given as P, that is already taken. Now we have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So that conjunction is given here, P conditional Q and P. Now we have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So that conjunction is given here, P conditional Q and P. Now we have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So that conjunction is given here, P conditional Q and P. Now we have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So that conjunction is given here, whether conditional between hello.
Yes, ma'am.
When I got disconnected, हे एक्झाम्पल समजलंय का तुम्हाला? तेव्हा होते का मी ऑनलाईन?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I will repeat this question again. Here,
It's not visible.
Green.
yes. Just a minute. Now check it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here in this question, they have given determine whether conclusion C follows logically from premises H1 and H2. So we have to check whether conclusion C is valid conclusion for given premises H1 and H2. So again they have given values of H1 and H2. Value of H1 is P conditional Q, value of H2 is P, and value of conclusion C is Q. So how we can check it? What is the formula? We have to take conjunction between all the premises, that is P conditional Q and P, and then we have to take its conditional with Q. And if that is tautology, then only we can say that Q is valid conclusion for given premises. काय काय करायचं आपल्याला? जेवढे काही प्रिमाइसेस असतील त्यांचं conjunction घ्यायचं, that is AND operation, and again we have to take its conditional with conclusion Q, and if that is tautology, then only conclusion C is a valid conclusion. So likewise we have to check whether it is valid or not. Now for this first one, we have to form truth table. P, Q, these are the variables. Then H1 is P conditional Q, H2 is P, that is already taken. Now in the next one, we have to take conjunction between H1 and H2. So P conditional Q conjunction P. This is next column. And now we have to take its conditional with conclusion Q. So that is given in last column as P conditional Q and P conditional Q. So now check it. Values for P, PT, FF, Q, TF, TF, P conditional Q means what? TF, F, and for rest of values it is T. Now P conditional Q and P. So for this AND operation, if both the values are T, T, then only final value is T. Otherwise it is F. So values for this column T, F, F, F. And now value for last one, P conditional Q and P conditional Q. Means what? If TF is there, then only final value is F. Otherwise it is T. But there is no any combination, that is TF. That's why all the values in last column are T only. Now check it. Here H1 and H2 conditional C is a tautology. So H1 and H2 derives valid conclusion C. Okay? हा लास्ट कॉलम मधले व्हॅल्यूज T आहेत, that is tautology आहे. That's why C is valid conclusion for given premises H1 and H2. So likewise we can check. So have you understood this example?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So again, one more example I will solve. After that, you have to solve two more examples. So again, in this second example, they have given H1 as P conditional Q, H2 as negation P, and conclusion C as Q. So again, they have to check whether Q is valid conclusion for H1 and H2. So again, same, we have to form truth table. So two variables are there, P and Q. Then negation P we have to take because H2 is negation P. H1 is P conditional Q. Now in the next column we have to take conjunction operation between H1 and H2, that is P conditional Q and negation P. And then finally we have to check whether conclusion Q is valid conclusion for given premises, and that will be conditional operation between this column, that is second last column, and Q, that is P conditional Q and negation P conditional Q. And if this is tautology, then only we can say that Q is valid conclusion. Now we have to solve it. Value for P, PTFF, Q, TF, TF, negation P, FF, PT. Now P conditional Q. So for this P conditional Q, P, F, F, and for rest of values it is T only. Now in the next column we have to take conjunction between premises. So what are the premises? P conditional Q and negation P. Now take AND operation, that is conjunction operation between these two. FT, that is TF, F, FF, F, TT, T, TT, T. And now we have to take its conditional operation with Q. So again check whether there is any value TF. Yes. Last column is containing, last row is containing values TF. That's why its last row is containing final value as F. That's why This is not a tautology, so Q is not a valid conclusion for given premises H1 and H2. Understood? प्रोसिजर काय आहे समजली का?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now remaining examples you have to try. Same procedure you have to follow. First two examples we solved. Now check for C. Example C and check whether conclusion C is valid for given premises H1 and H2. So again, what we have to do? First of all, we have to form truth table. Here two variables are there, that is P and Q. So first two columns will be E and Q, then P conditional Q, then negation of P and Q. Then you have to take conjunction between these two, H1 and H2, and then negation P will be one column. And then you have to take conjunction conditional this negation P. And if that is tautology, then it is a valid conclusion. Can you try? Hello? Okay. So try it. Hello? Have you solved?
Yes, ma'am.
So what about that conclusion C? Whether it is valid or not?
Valid.
Valid. How you solved it?
First,
Can you post?
H1 and H2.
Okay. H1 and H2. Then what you have did? What are the columns?
Then H1 and H2 conditional. P, Q,
Hmm.
negation P, P
Okay.
and Q, P
Hmm.
conditional Q, negation
Okay.
of P and Q,
Okay.
and P and Q, and negation P and Q.
Okay. And last one? And last column?
P, P conditional Q and negation P and Q conditional negation P.
Yes. Good. Then we have to check whether our last column is containing all T, that is tautology. If that is tautology, then we can say that C is valid conclusion. Good. I am posting that answer on our WhatsApp group. Check it. Meanwhile, you can solve next one. Question number D. Hello? Have we solved it? Question number B.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about C? Whether C is valid conclusion?
Not valid.
Not valid. अजून कोणी सॉल्व केले का? इनव्हॅलिड येतोय.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you post your answer on WhatsApp group?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Hello, Madhuri. Here you have done one mistake. Negation P and P by conditional Q. So here we have to take conjunction between negation P and P by conditional Q. Check here. If T is there, then only final value will be T. Otherwise it will be false. But here in the second row, you have written FFT. That would be F only. जर दोन्ही व्हॅल्यूज टी असतील तरच तुमची फायनल व्हॅल्यू टी यायला पाहिजे. यू डिड मिस्टेक देअर.
Okay, ma'am. I will correct.
Okay. I have solved that. I will post that answer. Check it once. Here, conclusion C is valid conclusion for given premises because last column we are getting all values as T only. Check here. This is correct answer. H1 and H2 are given as negation P and P by conditional Q. And conclusion C is negation of P and Q. So again, here two variables are there. Those we have taken as P and Q. Then negation P we have to take. Then P by conditional Q. Then we have to take conjunction between premises as negation P and P by conditional Q. Then we have to check for conclusion C, and that is negation of P and Q. So first we have to take one column as P and Q. then negation of P and Q. Then we have to check whether conclusion C is valid conclusion or not. So how we can check? We have to consider this negation P and P by conditional Q, conditional negation of P conditional Q. And if this is tautology, then only we can say that C is valid conclusion. And check here, last column, it is getting all values as true only. That's why C is valid conclusion. Okay. Now solve this last example. Question number E. Hello? Have we solved?
Yes, ma'am.
What you got? Whether C is valid conclusion or not?
Not valid.
Yes, not valid. So what are the values in last column?
True. False.
No, your voice is not audible.
PTFT.
Yes, PT, FT. So again, your last column is not containing all values true. That's why that is not a valid conclusion. Just wait, I am posting that answer. So here your last column is containing values as PTFT. In short, this is not a tautology. That's why C is not a valid conclusion for premises H1 and H2. So here we have completed our unit number 8, unit number 2 as well as our syllabus. Next lecture onwards, we will start with revision. Do you have any doubt, any problem regarding today's content?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
No, ma'am.